Hey guys, it's Kim, aka Spartan Stitcher on Instagram, and I am back with a WIP Parade. It is currently 31 December 2022. We're about to break in 2023, and it's been like, 18, 19 months since my last public video. Some of you may have seen my unlisted WIP Parade that I made last year, or rather this year because it was the 1st of January. So it's been a while. So I am going to show you where I got to this year and where all my WIPs are at. So I hope everybody is doing well. And let's look at some stitching. First off, you know I like going chronologically. So my oldest WIP is still Friends Forever by Ann Stokes. This is a retired Haid. I have this slated for a 2024 finish. So this year my goal was 5 full pages in a partial. I actually got, because I'm doing the diagonal pages on this one, this diagonal, I got all the way down to the bottom corner over here. So I did the 5 pages, the skinny partial, the corner, and the bottom partial. So I got a little bit more than, I anticipated on that one. So I started this back 1 January 2017. For 5 pages this year, that equaled 39.2, so 39,200 stitches. And let's see if I can get all of it in there. There you go. There she is. So I did those 5 pages on the diagonal and got that bottom right corner in there. So next year my goal is again 5 pages and a partial. So that'll be those 4 pages in the partial on the diagonal, and then this page as well. So we'll have her down to here, and that'll leave me with 5 pages and some partials for the 2024 finish. So she is doing fantastic. 25 count Lugana 2/1 Continental tent stitch. Alright, second one is Kindred Spirits by Jody Bergsma. Started this one 1 May 2017. Goal this year was 2 pages. I got 2 pages done for just shy of 14,000 stitches. And I'm doing this one diagonal pages as well. So I did this page and that page. Goal for next year is also 2 more pages. So we'll do a bottom page and then return to the top row pages for 2023. There's no real easy way to put these off to the side as I talk to them about them. My third WIP was my biggest finish this year. Beauty and the Beast 2017 by Tilton Crafts, artwork by Daniel Kordick. I did not bring the picture of what it looks like because it's done. My goal this year was 5 full pages and 5 partials to get the finish. That was 37,000 tent stitches, and she's done. I have soaked her once. I may soak her again. I can just see very, very faint, like I didn't have enough time when I was soaking. But I can see some of, because this was on easy count, so I had the gray lines on it. You can't see any lines, but I guess it's doing better. When it was still wet, I could still see some faint lines within the skin tones. But I'll take a look at it again, see if I need to soak it. So that is Beauty and the Beast 2017. One of 2 finishes this year. Alright, fourth is Sunday Delight. Haid, artwork by Randall Spangler. This one I started 7 December 2017. I did 3 pages this year. My goal next year is 4 pages. This will be a 2024 finish. 21,800 stitches, tent stitches this year. And it's hard because I have all these park threads and they won't stay up. Yeah, they won't stay up, and I don't have enough needle minders. Let me try to hold them. See if you can see it. There you go. So this is the one I started and did all the partial pages first, and then have been filling it in. So I did those 3 pages on, yeah, I don't even remember what 3 pages. I know it was the ice cream and the bowls. I think it was those 3 pages on the top that I did this year. So that is Sunday Delight. Next one is Trick or Treat, also by Randall Spengler. This is the one, if you remember, I did all the black first, and then I started filling in pages down in this corner. Okay, my goal this year was 1 page and 1 partial. I actually got 2 pages done in 2 partials, and I will try to stand up, but that's been a problem, which I'll tell you about later. All right, let me see if I can do this. So I'll have to scroll. So there's the black that you've all seen before. And I can't see through the fabric. There you go. I think you can see it all. So I did 2 pages, and of course I have threads hanging. Let me fold it up this way. I'm out of practice, guys. So I did lots of cobblestone, and I got little blue dragling with his basket of candy. And so my goal for next year is to finish the row that's 3 pages and 3 partials. So we'll get to see the black cat fill out. So that's Trick or Treat. Next is non-full coverage piece. This is the 4 Seasons Sale by Modern Folk Embroidery from a couple years ago, 2018. This is an example of oversetting your goals. I wanted to finish this year, and I only worked like 5 days on it and got a measly 574 stitches done. So I have amended my goal for next year to 15 days, and we'll see how we get to. So I had pretty much all I did in those 500 stitches was some of these motifs in here. So there we go. This is 28 count Monaco that I dyed myself using DMC Ecru floss. Alright, next is the big one. It's not my only big one anymore. Supersized Color Expansion Museum Shelf by M.A. Stewart. My goal this year was to get 4 full and 4 partial pages done to finish this bottom row into the Egyptian section. And I got that done. So, there she is. Here's a close-up of the pages I worked on this year. And then I'll scan over so you can see the dinosaurs again. I did a poll on Instagram and in Full Coverage Fanatics to ask where I should go next, if I should continue with the Egyptian section or go back to the dinosaurs, and it was almost 100% go back to the dinosaurs. Everybody wants to see the dinosaurs again. So I think there was only one person that said stay in Egypt. So I will go back to the dinosaurs, and my goal for next year is 5 pages. So those 4 full and 4 partial was 34,010 stitches this year. Next is another non-full coverage Santa sampler. This is by Donna Cooler. You can get this on their website, but that's what it looks like. My goal was 5 days. I had it out for 5 days. I worked on it for 4 here this month, and I wasn't feeling it because As you'll see, I worked on mostly all full coverage this year. So I only did 260 stitches in 4 days, which is just this red candy cane and the little balls around it. So that's where it's at. Love the piece, just wasn't feeling it. This is 28 count gingerbread by Picture This Plus. Next we have, so my goal on that one for next year is to try again for 5 more days. Half Blood Prince by Tilton Crafts, artwork by Daniel Kordick. This is the one that's only 35 colors. Started this one 1 September 2019. My goal was 2 pages this year. I got those done. Goal for next year is 3 pages. So I did 10,000 tent stitches this year. And that's where she sits. So with 3 pages for next year, I'll finish the row and start on the next row. So we got Tom Riddle and Professor Slughorn and more of the castle. 25 count. Easy count. Next is Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. This is the one that I'm changing up because I don't like the negative sections. So this one I flip-flopped it. And my goal was to get 1 page to finish this bottom row. And I finished that, and then I started over here on this negative section and started changing that around. So I did 3,200 stitches on it this year. Started this back 13 September 2019 on Friday the 13th. So my goal for next year is to finish another page. So that's where she is. This is 28 count Silvery Moon, Lugana, I think. And these are the flosses that I'm using from the old stitcher that couldn't stitch anymore, that are unlabeled. So 3 different shades of blue. And I'm loving how it looks. So that's how that is right now. I'll try to finish 1 more page next year. Let me look at the tag. No, I'm sorry, 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana. Card Sharp. Started this 16 June 2020. I did 2 pages this year for just shy of 15,000 tent stitches. The goal is 2 more pages next year. And I'm just up there in that top left corner. So it's a lot of light colors. I did all of this stonework, these 2 pages this year. And there's at least 1 more page of stonework before I reach the door. So next year I'll get this big, almost nothing block, and then hopefully into that door to get more colors on there. This is 32 count, or not 32, 28 count easy count. So a little hard on the eyes with those light colors, trying to see where the missed stitches are at. The next one was a UFO, and right now I can't get to it. But so this was Paris by Tia Governor. This is a kit that I had bought a couple years ago and started it for my birthday last year. I put 320 stitches into it 370 stitches into it this year, and over 3 days, and UFO'd it. I was making mistakes. I wasn't feeling the kit for some reasons. So I UFO'd that for now. So that'll be put away. Let's see. The next one is Story Keep What Lies Within. Some of these newest ones that I started in the fall of last year, I haven't printed out the cover sheets for them yet. This is by Lisa Parker. It's the cat in front of the cabin. Reminds me kind of like Hagrid's. the black cat. And this one I also, so I started this one 25 October of last year, and I looked at it because, you know, I like doing the black first if it's something that's a design that is conducive to that. And it was. So I did all the black this year. You know, I started the black last year, and my goal this year was to do all the black. Well, I did all the black. But then, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name. Amanda, Stitching Pixels. She said, you should stitch just the eyes next. So that's what I did after I had some spare time. So I've done all the black. There's the piece with all the black. And I filled in his eyes. So right now, it looks pretty cool. So that was over 18,000 stitches of black. And I broke 19,000 doing the eyes. So goal for next year is to do 1 page. Probably end up doing more than that because I like that piece. Super size, max color, animal totem. This piece I started last year on the 8th of November. So I did like 3,000 stitches on it last year, and my goal for this year was just to finish up the first page. It is a partial page because I'm stitching it sideways to fit on one of my quantum frames. So this is by Ciro Marchetti, and I'm stitching it sideways. So of course I started, you know, by my oldest daughter's request over here, and I counted to start on the page with the horse. So 5,200 tent stitches this year. To finish the page, I want to do another page for next year. Let me just tighten this up. Remember, this is a max color, and you can see that it's going to be phenomenal. So there is the top of the horse. I'll probably, next year for the page I want to finish, come down here and finish his muzzle. So that is supersize max color animal totem. Next is supersize regular colors Confabulation of Dragons by Scott Gustafson. Now this one I have decided to split it into a triptych. So I drew a line right here coming down and also along this tree branch. So you have one main section here, and that's the piece I started on. And then once I finish that, you know, because it's going to take no time at all. Once I finish that, I can move to one of the other sections. So this girl talking to this dragon and the dog, or just this one smaller dragon up here. So I started, I'm going to get you real close. Way up here in the top left corner, you see that one little dragon flying in the distance. I'll brighten it up again. There you go. That one dragon right there. So I started at 24 November of last year. I only wanted to get 1 page done on it this year. I actually got 2 pages done on it for 12,600 tent stitches. My goal for next year is 1 more page. We'll see if it stays at a page or if I get more done. So that little dragon in the top left corner, look how he is. That detail is going to be amazing. He's so tiny in that piece of art, and now he's ginormous. This is 25 count, easy count, and because I split it into a triptych, I can fit it on my 36-inch quantum frame. So, and then so you can see the next dragon's wing here, and then this is the wing talon off the biggest dragon in the piece. So, looking forward to working more on that one. And then my New Year, New Start this year was also a finish, my second finish, my only other finish this year. But I can't get to it right now, so I thought I had a picture of it. There we go. Afternoon in Paris, I believe that's Country Cottage Needleworks. And 4,800 stitches. So I started and finished that whole piece. It's on a blue Monaco. So that was my New Year, New Start. That was also finished. I had one other start, and that is, let me get back to the patterns. U.S. Travel Shelf by Amy Stewart. Again, another one I didn't print out the cover sheet. So there's the design. I started top right corner. So over here in the Atlanta, Georgia book. I started this on Tuesday, so February 2022. I'm also stitching this one sideways. It is on 25 count. And there you go. I got the one partial page complete. So this is regular colors, regular size, U.S. Travel Shelf. Gifted to me by Miss Ann P. Thank you very much, ma'am. So that is the first book. So one page complete. My goal for next year is another page. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to go down yet or over. So that is U.S. Travel Shelf. And I forgot one other piece. I started a little tiny Mill Hill kit 2 days ago on the 28th. That's Autumn Harvest. It's 3 pumpkins on perforated paper. I seriously only have maybe 50, 75 stitches into it. And the reason is because I'm on crutches right now. Hurt myself at work. And I can't currently bear weight on my right knee. I can move it around just fine. There's no bone damage, no tendon damage, but I can't bear weight on it. And I'm waiting until my doctor's appointment on Tuesday, get the swelling down over the weekend to see if I hurt any ligaments. There's a chance once the swelling goes down, it may be fine, or it may not be fine. Haven't put weight on it since Wednesday. Tried a few times on Wednesday, and my knee goes completely, very painfully and out of whack, and I can't bear weight on it. So I'm hobbling around on crutches. I did work Thursday and Friday from the office chair, and hoping that the doctor has good news for me on Tuesday. So because I've been laying on the couch trying to keep my knee up higher than my heart, I just decided to start a little tiny Mill Hill kit, and but I'd rather be working on my full coverage, you know. So stats, like I said, two finishes this year. For no stitching days, assuming I put some stitches in today, which I'll try, I had 16 no stitching days for the year. I'm ending with 15 WIPs. For full coverage page finishes, I had 29 full coverage or full pages, 12 partial pages, plus on that what lies within, I had 19,000 stitches. So almost, we're talking about two and a half pages worth in that I didn't count. So new starts, I had the 3 new starts with U.S. Travel Shelf, the Mill Hill kit, and Afternoon in Paris, which I finished. For tomorrow, New Year, New Start, let me see if I can pull this up. There's a Carolyn Manning piece, because in Full Coverage Fanatics we have an event, Focus on a Finish. None of my big pieces are within finish range for 2023. So I found a Carolyn Manning piece that I like. That's a recent release. Let me get to the cover page. It's called Old Flannel Shirt. So that's one that I plan on starting tomorrow. Now, of course, I have to hobble around my stash to find what fabric I want to start it on. The size for that is 123 squared. So not too bad. It's about equivalent of about 2 hay pages. And I do want to start and finish that next year for the Full Coverage Fanatics Focus on a Finish event. So with all my goals on my full coverage pieces, all the page goals lined up, it's about the same as what I accomplished this year. It's like 30 pages and not as many partial pages, so we'll have to see how next year goes. You know, having a full-time job now. So I have been promoted twice this year with my job with Penske. So I am going to be running a maintenance shop that's about 45 minutes away from here. And we'll see how that affects my stitching time. For the number of stitches I did, full coverage, I did 233,000 tent stitches, or the equivalent of 116 full cross, as compared to last year where I was not working for half the year, and I did the equivalent of 146,000. So we're talking 30,000 stitch difference. Not bad when you're considering I started working October of last year. So full-time job and just 30,000 fewer stitches. For non-full coverage, this year I did just over 9,000 as compared to last year I did 36,000. So quite a bit less in non-full coverage, but that's okay. So that's the update there. Hoping that I can make this a regular monthly thing. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. But I miss you guys. Thanks for everyone who's been checking up on me. I have been watching videos, haven't been commenting as much, but happy to be making videos again. And I hope everybody has a great new year, and hopefully to see you in a month to show you what I am working on. All right, guys. Bye.